Today I want to talk about the Ruin DLC, not because of the actual game, but rather I want to talk about the endings to the game. If you don't know, there are 3 confirmed endings to the game. There might be more, I'm not really sure. They really like to hide stuff. Potentially we have multiple other endings that we might not know about, but at the current moment there are 3 confirmed endings. One is the normal ending. You just play the game normally without trying to get little Easter eggs and hidden stuff. One is if you find all the hidden cameras, then the mimic wears a costume, which is potentially from the books. I don't know, I don't read the books because they kind of suck. And then he gets scooped. Another ending is where instead of turning right, you turn left and you meet a Freddy Fazbear cutout. You put on the mask and you see Gregory, Helpy, as well as Vanny on a hill with next to a tree. And then you die, basically. It just shows that you're dead. Those are the 3 confirmed endings, but which one is the true ending to Ruin? Well, let's talk about that because hi, it's Editor Me here, putting on a different piece of clothing to show the passage of time. I'm about to go on a rant about why I don't like video games with multiple endings, especially if it's an overarching story that spans multiple games. Also, I know I have bad posture in this video. I don't want to hear anyone talk about that. I recently I built this toothless dragon out of Lego, and I think he's very cool. I think it's designed by Build Better Bricks. I don't really remember. Anyway, it's a really cool build. I don't like games that have multiple endings, especially when there's a big overarching story. Like, yeah, it's fun at first, but then you start thinking about it and you're like, why is there multiple endings? You know, which one is the real ending? Until they release the next game, we're like, oh, this is the real ending. I'm known for having bad takes, so this might be a bad take. I don't know. Before we talk about which ending is the true ending to Ruin, let's first talk about what is the true ending to Security Breach, because Security Breach has 6 endings. Couldn't we just have 2? Why 6? We don't need 6 endings. So out of those 6 endings, which one is the true ending? Well, I personally feel like there are 2 potential true endings to Security Breach. One that I personally believe is the true ending, but the other one, there's a lot of evidence to prove that that might be the other true ending. The first true ending is the Afton ending, where you fight Burn Trap. You know, William Afton always comes back, even though he gets worse in each time he comes back, so like what's the point of coming back? But also in the files, that one is called true ending, so obviously that one's a true ending. It's also the one that isn't drawn like a comic book. But another potential ending is the saving Vanny ending, where you save Vanny from the glitch trap virus. That is another potential ending because there's evidence in Ruin to suggest that that is the true ending. One, because you fight a headless Freddy, even though that one is a prototype, so I'm pretty sure that's not the real Freddy. But 2, also in one of the Ruin endings, you have Vanessa, Gregory, and Helpy, which kind of proves that that ending might be true. But at the current moment, I feel like the true ending is the William Afton ending. Now, what is the real ending to Ruin? I personally feel like the bad ending is not the true ending. 1, because it's just a disappointing ending, and 2, it's very anticlimactic, so I don't think that's the true ending. I also don't think the Scooper ending is the true ending. I just feel like that is a little fun Easter egg for the people who read the books, because in the books, the mimic warps and changes into different costumes. Instead of having just a regular mimic chase you, he's in a costume. So I think that's just more of a fun little Easter egg for people who read the books. So I don't think that one's a true ending. I think the normal ending is the real ending. 1, because it's the only one that ends on a cliffhanger, and 2, it's just the one that's more climactic in my opinion. I mean, the Scooper Room one is cool, but it also kind of destroys how terrifying the mimic really is, because he just gets scooped. It's not really that terrifying, especially since they're setting this guy up to be the next big antagonist of the Five Nights at Freddy series. So I think just him going out that way is pretty disappointing, but that's just my own personal opinion. Also, I feel like I should mention this, but it reminds me a lot of Bendy and Ink Machine chapter 3, where Alice Angel drops us down from the elevator to kidnap Boris. I don't know why I made that connection, but it was just something that I connected the dots toward. That is the one that ends on a cliffhanger and sets up a potential sequel to Ruin, which I'm very certain is what they're gonna do. I think it just makes the most sense, because you ended one of the endings on a cliffhanger. Like, obviously you're setting something up for a future DLC. Also in the credits, it hints of Roxanne Wolf, or Roxy, still being alive, because everyone just assumed she died when fighting the mimic. So since that's the only one that includes that in the credits, that makes me believe that that is the true ending to Ruin. No, I sound kind of like an idiot, just rambling on and on and on, so I think I'm just gonna end it here for now. But that's just a theory. Again. Well, the game is broken again. Yay. Man, I cannot wait to never play this game again.